Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. I am finally going to do a first trimester recap. I was totally planning on doing this at like 12 or 13 weeks, but I am now 18 weeks, and that's just kind of how life goes when you are pregnant and don't really feel too well. Also, they're doing construction right outside our window. It's just what we have to deal with today, so sorry if you can hear machinery and beeping. Right on cue. I wanted to preface this video by the fact that Jake and I are so grateful and excited to be pregnant. We feel so blessed. We have been waiting to be pregnant for quite some time now, and we are just very excited. And I recognize that there are a lot of people who struggle with infertility, and I am so sorry. My heart goes out to all of those who are struggling to conceive. I really hope and pray for you almost on the daily. Just want to be very candid and open about how I have felt during my first trimester and hopefully help any of those who are feeling similarly. Maybe you're pregnant and you are feeling these same symptoms, and I don't want other people to feel alone as I have. Blah. Without further ado, let's get into the video. I actually found out that I was pregnant at 5 weeks. I know that people say that they don't really start to feel nauseous until like 6 or 7 weeks and even later than that, but I definitely could tell a difference in my body. And I even feel like at 5 weeks I was starting to feel kind of faint nausea. That was kind of shocking to me, and I thought that something might be wrong with me because I was feeling sick a lot earlier than I thought I was supposed to be feeling sick. Then I couldn't really get any good nutrients in me. I normally eat pretty healthy, and nothing sounded good. I definitely had a ton of food aversions. For example, chicken, especially to make chicken, like raw chicken, would make me want to throw up. I could not have eggs. I still cannot have avocado, which if any of you know me, you know that that's quite shocking. I love avocado, and I still have only had avocado one time throughout my whole pregnancy. It just still does not sound good to me. A lot of food aversions, and that's very abnormal for me because normally I will eat whatever. However, I am not picky and I love to eat. Those first 6 to 15 weeks were pretty rough, and I would just lay in bed. Morning sickness for me was just sickness throughout the entire day. So I would wake up and I would feel sick. Jake would just come into me and almost mouth feed me toast. That was pretty much toast, bagels, any carbs. That was pretty much the only thing I could eat, and it wasn't like my normal healthy kind of bread. Definitely feel like I felt even more sick because of the way that I was eating. Smoothies were a good way for me, still are a good way for me to get in my nutrients. You can hide so many fruits and veggies in there. Just embrace the carbs, embrace the unhealthy food. You know, obviously try to do what you can, but don't be hard on yourself. I remember just feeling, I still feel like I don't eat as healthy as I normally do, which is really hard because I'm growing another human now and I feel like I should be eating even better. But just take your prenatals. That's why they have them. It's making up for the nutrients and vitamins that you can't physically get into your diet. Really wish that I could just reach through the screen and give you a big hug if you're having a hard time right now. If you have any questions or you just want to have a friend to lean on, you can totally message me. I just want you to know that you are doing an amazing job and you are going to be the best little mommy for your child. So the majority of that time I was just laying in bed. I was laying on the couch. I was trying to work out. I was pretty much pushing through those with my life. I was really trying to move my body, and I ended up stopping working out at around, I think, 10 weeks. It was too hard for me to manage. Trying to stay distracted, but even still, I just was feeling sick. I definitely feel like I had it better than other people. I have heard horror stories about people who have been hospitalized, who have been on heavy medication because their nausea has been so bad. And mine, I definitely feel like was manageable, but I think the biggest thing was that it was for so long and I didn't know how long it was going to be for. You know, normally when you have the flu or something, you get it for 24 to 48 hours and then it's out of your system and you're done. But with this, I just kept thinking, okay, tomorrow will be better. Tomorrow will be better. Okay, they say at 12 weeks, it'll be better. And guys, it didn't get better for me up until honestly 16 and a half weeks. And then I finally started to feel less nauseous. I thankfully have not thrown up my entire pregnancy. And whenever I tell people this, they're like, oh, then you did not have a bad pregnancy at all. But I don't know if I would go as far as saying it's a phobia, but I definitely have a big fear of throwing up. I've had several surgeries in my life and I would rather go and have any of those surgeries done again. I just cannot handle throwing up. The last time I had the flu was years ago, thank goodness. And I just really don't like throwing up. When I see other people throw up, I throw up. I have a really horrible gag reflex and I don't want anything to do with it. I mean, the whole time I felt like I was gonna throw up, but I would literally cover my mouth and prevent myself from throwing up. Later on, I've talked to people and they say, well, you get relief when you throw up. I guess I just never got that relief. I don't know if that's true or not. I do feel blessed because I never threw up, but I feel like it was my own willpower and brain not to allow myself to throw up. So yeah. Besides the nausea, I just felt kind of alone during the first trimester, even though I was near family at the time. I have a wonderful husband. I just felt alone because I never knew, I guess, how hard pregnancy would be. And I just kept feeling like people make pregnancy look so amazing and easy. And am I just not strong enough? And I kind of had these negative thoughts come into my head about how I was handling pregnancy. I just want people to know that it is hard. And if you're in the first trimester and you're just struggling and you're trying to eat and just get throughout the day, you're not alone and you can do it, and it does get better. It really does get better. I know that right now it seems like it might not get better, but it does get better, I promise. Another thing, from the very beginning, even before I found out that I was pregnant, I felt very out of breath. I would talk and I just kept thinking, why am I out of breath? And I would do an activity with friends and I'd look at my friends and go, are they out of breath? Am I out of shape? What's happening? Later, found out that I was pregnant and I go, that makes sense. As for cravings, I feel like people always ask me, what are you craving? I'm sure that the cravings kind of come more into the second trimester. For the first trimester, absolutely no cravings. Nothing sounded good to me whatsoever. But now more like tangy and citrus flavors have been sounding really good to me. So I've been eating like grapefruit and oranges, lemon, lime, all those citrus foods. Those vinaigrette flavors and stuff like that have been very good for me personally. But other than that, I haven't really craved anything specifically. It's just more so still the food aversions. And I said that 17 weeks was really when I started to feel much better and less nauseous and more of myself. So that is amazing. It's been like 2 weeks of feeling kind of more myself and I could not be more thankful. I am so happy to finally be feeling well, and now it's more just keeping food in my system every 2 or so hours. I have to take snacks everywhere I go, which I guess is prepping me for motherhood anyway, but I keep snacks with me everywhere, and if I don't eat, then I can get really nauseous. Stay on top of your eating if you're pregnant. The greatest thing that has happened since being pregnant is at 17 weeks and 5 days, I think it was, I actually felt the baby move for the first time. So we were at the beach and I had this thought or feeling, kind of laid down, and I felt a little kind of thump, a little twitch, and I go, was that? I think that was the baby, but I don't know. I was with one of my friends that's pregnant, and so I said, I think I just felt the baby. Does it feel like this? And she said, yes, that's how it feels. So amazing. Makes all of those weeks of nausea very worth it. So I'm so glad that I have felt the baby. I have felt the baby every single day since. I think that it's now, I know what to look for. Actually, the next day, Jake put his hand on my belly and he could feel the baby. Super special. And then the next day, fully able to see the baby moving from the outside, and that is just crazy. I mean, I know you see it all the time in other women, but it's just really surreal when you see that happening with your own body and when it's your own baby. Whenever I feel the baby kick, I always stop whatever I'm doing and try to spend that time with the baby. It's just really special. If you are newly pregnant, it will be amazing when you feel that, and I'm very excited for you. So now that I am over 18 weeks, I feel like my body is actually stretching a little bit more. I feel like I didn't have too much of a bump. Maybe I should do a little bump day or bump update. Don't even know what it's technically called. Here is the bump. So I'm 18 weeks and 5 days. 18 weeks and 6 days actually. So there is the bump from the front. Looks pretty normal. But yeah, there's definitely a bump. It's crazy. Now, especially in my hips, I'm feeling a lot of stretching. It's very weird and kind of painful. Almost feels like very light period cramps, or kind of like a side ache after you've gone for a long run or exercise. Today is a very exciting day. We are going to the doctors and actually confirming the gender. We do know the gender, and we've just been waiting to confirm it today. We have our big anatomy scan, and we're very excited, also nervous, because we hope and pray that everything is okay with the baby. So very soon the gender reveal will be going up. We are very excited to share with you guys what the gender of our little baby is. It was helpful. I'll see you in my next video. I hope that you guys have a wonderful night. Love you guys, and I'll see you next time.